One small step for man is a giant leap for mankind, as said by Neil Armstrong. She sees every day as an opportunity for leading a new life, and success is a learnable skill. Her entrepreneur skills begin on taking up the soft skill training business in the name of Giant Leap, which is a transformation company. She is into soft skill, transforming all the lives of professionals and corporates, and also into business skills. She is a coach and counselor, happiness coach, emotional health and well being coach, cognitive behavior therapist, NLP master practitioner, and she is a very, very cheerful, optimistic, and loving person. So, ladies and gentlemen, my lovely, awesome listeners and viewers, she is none other than my guest of honor, my unsung hero, Tulsi Manogaran. So, I am your host and welcoming you all, guys, and even Tulsi ma'am, to our brand new episode, which I have titled as Positive Thinking, Positive Outcome. Welcome, ma'am, to the show today.
Thank you so much, Nafisa.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How about you?
I'm also fine. Thank you for giving your valuable time, ma'am. I'm really happy you being here as a guest for me today for
It's
my this
a
episode.
Thank you, Nafisa. It's a honor and a privilege to be in your podcast.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So tell my viewers, my listeners, something more about you. I have given just a very, very little intro about you. I can say it's like an iceberg, and you have so much more to share with the world, right? So tell us more about your journey. You are into happiness coach, you are into counseling, therapist, and soft skill trainings, and then also an entrepreneur. How has been this journey? Something you would like to share with us?
Definitely, Nafisa. I would love to share with everybody, you especially. And success is a learnable skill. That's one quote I keep reminding of myself every time. So this is about you train yourself and you also train the other people in the world all around you. So what I do basically I do conduct workshops on happiness coaching. I also conduct workshops on mindfulness. There are certain arena wherein I also work with small children, like teens, pre-teens. So if you find my audience, it would range from the youngest being 5 to 60 or even more than that. So my journey has always kept me amusing. It's filled of curiosity. It's not only for my participants but also with me as well. So I do, yes, I do a little bit of counseling, I do coaching. Why I do all these things? Because I believe that a person's greatest power lies only within themselves. And I'm just acting as an instrumental so that they can come out, they can dig out their own resources and see for themselves what is it in store for them. I just act as instrument into that. So you may ask me some several questions like how can you manage between different coaching and the counseling itself. See, basically it all comes with the passion and you really like to serve people, and somewhere I'm more of a people oriented person. And if you say I'm not interacted with one person, then my face will become dull, maybe like a sunflower droops off, so similar to that. Otherwise, the business itself is a transformation one. That's why I've chosen this field itself. So now I'll be in touch with people to give the best to whomever I can and whomever I meet.
That is why I consider you as my unsung hero, because I know you are already transforming so many lives, and that too, you have got varied audience. They are of different age groups. My goodness, I have seen, I have attended your workshop, right? So different age group people are there. Lovely. You are already doing an amazing work, ma'am. So yeah, please carry on. I'm loving to listen more about you.
And if you say is that everybody wants that love and belongingness need, So even when I was a child, and as a child, I don't think so. Even though I'm now become an adult, I still crave for that love and belongingness wherever I am. The same thing applies to each and every one of you. So when if your program is going to be in such a way that it brings out the child in you and gives you that support that, hey, we were all here with you, that the spirit I would like to actually spread. There was one program, and especially I was actually highlighting in some other places also. I was talking to a few other people as well, wherein there was an important conversation that happened between myself and my son. Because as he was into 10th standard, I just told him, "You're in class 10. How can you keep on giggling all the time? What makes you giggle? Just stop giggling and focus on your studies." And that one answer he gave me was completely came out of blue. And he asked me, "Mama, is it that I'm going to be in 10th standard? Should I forget to smile?"
Oh my
So
God.
my God, the way he put it across, it was like a slap on my face. That's where I decided, oh my God, this happiness is something which should be actually nourished and treasured all the time throughout till our grave.
Mm.
It's not necessary when you attain a puberty by 13 or 14, and even applies to both boys and girls. But predominantly girls, what happens is that we tend to, keep ourselves very down, very submissive,
Yeah.
and sometimes you're not important sort of messages you all carry in our head, and we forget to smile. That actually happened in this COVID situation also. We'll find many people are absolutely not smiling.
Right. Mm. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So moving on to my next question, like you are also happiness coach, right?
Mhm.
And I am very fond of smiling people. I myself, I smile a lot, and I love to stay happy all the time, and
Mm,
I believe that we should spread this. People
mm,
need more of smile, more of love, more of kindness. So
mm,
my question to you is, how come you have been into this field? Like happiness coach is something like wow for me. So
mhm.
I just want to know more about like how far you have come across, what has been your journey as a happiness coach, and what all struggles you have faced, because happiness is something all people can't relate with,
Mm.
to be very honest. So any incident, any type of things you would like to share with us?
There are a couple of incidences wherein I thought like, okay, it is my inner calling to take this happiness coaching itself to people all around. But then, something, Nafisa, it's something like it's a way of being. Being happy is a way of being. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So whatever come may, you can choose to be happy. You have two options. Either you can grieve about it or you can be happy about it. So there are two things that's visible.
Yes.
But most of the time we tend to go with what is not happening, what I don't have. So through happiness coaching, I thought like what we have right now breath. We actually, many of us have got the luxury of sitting at home and doing certain things that we really love to do, but it is not so with many of them. So if you can help somebody to shift their thinking or the perspective, that means that happiness itself is going to be there inside. It's not specifically about happiness coaching. That perspective also we teach about different shift of mind that can happen. Eh, eh, See, we always say that with the little things we all have the happiness. But there was one weird situation. One client, he asked me, "Ma'am, I don't find any happiness anywhere.
Oh my God.
How can you state yourself as a happiness coach?" I said, "Yes, I can state it because I'm certified." One thing. Second thing is that, are you sure? I just asked him one question. Are you sure you didn't find any happiness coach? Anywhere did you not find? He said, "No, I'm very sure." How many percent you're sure? 100% sure. Okay. Now, 200% sure. Can you recall a happy incident that has happened in your life for some time? Just forget about I'm a happiness coach. Can you just recall a happiness moment, one incident that has happened in your life? And while I was taking through him the therapy, then he found out, yes, there is something so that I can enjoy this happiness wholly and fully. See, basically, what happens is that we all want to have something.
Mm.
In that process, we forget what we are having actually.
Yes. Right.
And one more incident is that, it personally happened to me, Nafisa, because I used to think that I'm not progressing. I'm not doing a big deal about it, anything. So maybe just before COVID time, I used to think like, no, what is this life? I'm not doing such great things and all. I'm just ordinary thing. But once I started writing up my progress, from here at least this much I could able to change. That's a progress. So this emphasizes if you're going to bring it through other people. I felt very nice, and I also found many people are not talking about it. Okay, why not I do it? So
It's
that's how it
much
all came up.
required. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very much required. Awesome, ma'am. Thank you for sharing those incidents and your journey so far. It's lovely. Apart from that, this, as you have rightly said, that during this COVID, whatever changes came in you, I would also like to share with you, though my listeners, they already know it is not new for them, but for you, I am sharing it one more time. This podcasting has happened new in my life due to this Corona or COVID-19 situation.
Mm,
This was something new, it transformed my life. It has been a blessing in my life, I can say.
absolutely.
So that is what some of the other thing we have to find out in life to keep us going. Yeah.
See, when we think that things are going very tough, we generally tend to give up in our lives. So
Mm.
see that you're becoming resilient and bounce back, and you see what is an opportunity lying over there. What can I do? A little help, maybe that also see absolutely changed many people's life.
Yeah.
Is it not? Now this COVID, this Zoom, and all these things have absolutely become a Zoom for. I mean to say, it's become a boon for many people.
Correct. Yeah.
Unless of otherwise, those with the time we used to think, no, if I need to do a program in Mumbai, to chalo, we have to go there physically and do it. Now it's globally happening.
Mm.
And we're actually using this platform to spread positivity in a way or not. Whether you title yourself as a coach, counselor, it's immaterial. Some or the other way, we're actually spreading positivity.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe we
That's
are not aware of it.
much, much correctly said, ma'am. Superb. So moving on to the next part, like I know you personally, you are very, very dynamic. You manage your personal, professional life in a superwoman sort of thing. I personally believe that that is my personal view. So some tips, myself being your a follower of yours, I am on your pathway. So you are leading me and I'm following you. So, some tips for people like me how to balance this personal and professional life so beautifully.
The first and the foremost I would definitely tell is please align yourself to your purpose.
Yeah.
Once your purpose is clear, everything sets in. You will start exercising, you will start meditating, you will know the value of your routines that you do. Just like every day you wake up in the morning, pay a word of gratitude, maybe one or two. Just start your day with gratitude, even while that just fully or completely opening your eyes, and the moment you're going to step out of your bed, that few sentences of a gratitude helps a long way. And along with it, do a lot of visualization that what is your plan for the day, what are you going to do it. So
Mm,
once your purpose is set, na Nafisa, everything just like that it becomes so easy. You will never feel that you're straining too much into it.
true.
It
Wow.
flows seemingly, and sometimes you also will recognize that you're only the instrumental in giving and reaching out to people. For example, I do a couple of things. One second.
Yum.
Sorry, that was my pet cat, and he
No
wants to
problem. It's
come
absolutely
on.
fine. We'll keep it raw. No issue.
Yeah, we'll keep it raw. Okay. So, like this, you can just start your day with giving gratitude. Visualization helps. And of course, even before visualization, the night before, please plan your day completely. What I'm going to do it in this particular activity. Is it serving my purpose? Is it aligned to my goal? Is it aligned to my purpose? But I would like to add something is very important is that please add elements of fun to it. Otherwise, no, it becomes so serious.
Absolutely.
And listen a lot of music. If you're not a person who would like to exercise, play music and dance.
Yeah.
So something you can always work out on.
So, ma'am, I'll just interrupt you because I completely agree to what you are telling, and many things I have
Mm,
learned from you also. You know
mm,
that, like
mm.
this gratitude thing, what you I have undertaken training under you. But then sometimes I procrastinate a lot in my life. Can you please suggest for my viewers and also for myself, like how we should overcome this. One tip you can give us that how we should overcome this procrastinating thing. Like I feel lot many time, lazy that okay, chalo, we'll do it next
Mm,
time or sometime. I mean, some of the other hindrance is there for me. So
yeah.
how?
One tip, if you're going to ask me, one thing is procrastination. We always align to something called as perfectionism, which need not happen.
Right.
So we always have the tendency that if I do, I will do in such a way to be very perfectly done. वो तो नहीं हो सकता. So it never will happen. So start with right or wrong doesn't matter. Just start, plunge into the action. And again, I would like to insist that please align yourself to your goal, your purpose.
Yes.
If you are procrastinating, that means something you are seeing a challenge for yourself. Take so
Yes.
somewhere you cannot go on for a long time. It's not one.
I think you're having some network glitch, ma'am. Your video is paused. Yeah, ma'am. So you are telling about procrastinating thing.
Procrastinating, yeah, that itself, the video is also procrastinating. So I was just telling about the aligning yourself with the purpose. If the purpose is higher, we'll definitely not procrastinate. If in case you have any challenge, you have to figure out what is a challenge that is not actually helping you to move forward. Sometimes you procrastinate because there is should be something called a secondary gain. You will have some gain in that. For
Yes.
example, I don't want to wake up in the morning. I really want to wake up in the morning, but underneath, I don't want to wake up early in the morning. So the my secondary gain will be like, what a big deal. Let me sleep for 5 more minutes. Not today, maybe tomorrow. So
Yes.
somewhere that is there. But if that secondary gain is if is going to replace by no, I have a thing, I have a purpose, and I would like to keep myself fit because this health is important. Body is the vehicle for me to achieve many things.
Yes. True.
Whether we admit or not, we need this physical body. So to nourish it, not only the food that you can nourish them with physical exercises, of course, you can stay fit. How, see, just think of imagination. Just imagine that you are full of vitality and you have a greater immunity power, and how your life will look like. Ask some miracle questions for yourself. You will definitely given for that. One day you do, second day you're taking it off also, it's okay. But you need to, certain times you have to be assertive, certain times you can. Till you get the practice of it, you can always hold somebody also accountable for that. At least sometimes, no, I also do the same thing. I wanted to read a book. What I'll do is I'll just procrastinate. Today, no. One page, okay. Let me do something else. Even though I schedule myself to read a book in that particular slot, for
Mhm.
example, it's going to be 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m.
Okay.
Then suddenly something will come up, or I will create something in my mind itself.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
And then that will come. So that becomes my priority.
Yeah.
So
True.
in that case, we need absolute discipline to keep up with that. So I
Yes.
started going about and declare it to my husband because he's a nice person. If I'm not going to do, he's a nice person who's going to keep me on toes.
Yeah.
1,000 times at least he'll tell. He'll pinpoint and say, "Yeah, you didn't do that. You didn't do that." That's all. So you need to pick up such person like that. Tell
Yeah.
to them because they'll be at the behind you. See, basically, it's all about the discipline and the power that you are going to realize for yourself is important. What are you going to achieve by keeping up this habit?
Yes.
If you're going to ask that question, and is it going to be beneficial to you? Of course, everything is beneficial, but compare and choose the higher beneficial.
Mm, lovely answer. Thank you so much, ma'am. So moving on to the next part, this I generally ask to all my guests. So this is a common question, but all are having different answers. It's individual, unique
Yes.
answers. So one religious regime that you follow, which
Mhm.
you'd like to share with my audiences and myself.
One ritual that I completely follow is I do Reiki meditation every day.
Oh wow.
So I'm a Reiki practitioner, been doing this for 20 years. So I do Reiki meditation all the time. So I believe that's a guiding force which actually helps us to do an extra, you know. So that is actually helping me. So even not only the Reiki meditation, if you're going to be a fitness freak, as we are talking about the previous question, if you do something consistently on everyday basis, that itself add more power
Yes,
to you.
absolutely.
So that I don't miss my meditation.
Great, man. Awesome answer. I mean, I'm very fond of Reiki thing. I have got this curiosity. I'll be learning Reiki soon. It's
Hmm.
nice that I am, last 2, 3 months, I'm coming in contact with people who are spiritually very high.
Ah,
So maybe I am getting inclination towards spirituality, and I am, getting people. I am attracting that type of people, I can say.
mm.
So all my guests in these few days have been all who are people like you only. They are spiritually very high. Some or the other way they will come across. I mean, whatever question I will ask, one spiritual thing should be there, either from
Okay.
my end or from their end. It is
Yeah.
mandatory. It is there. So it's lovely answer I got from you. Wow. I see. I was willing for Reiki, and you come up with that answer. So it's
Mm.
something divine is also inclining me that you go in that path.
Yeah, there are
Great.
many practices, like some of them do pranic, some of them do Reiki, some of them just close their eyes and sit for some a while. But whatever that you do, I believe that something is needed, spiritually. I always believe in a supernatural power. But I don't define it by any religion. I don't
Yeah.
define it by any shape or color or anything like that. But something which always tells us that be humble and grounded.
Mhm.
So
Mm,
that reminds all the time. That actually takes us.
yeah, completely. I also believe that religion is the path, spirituality is the destination. Actually, we need to
True.
read, we have to go there, and we follow different religion. That's perfectly okay. It's the path. It's not the
Yeah.
destination actually.
Yeah.
So
True.
moving on to the next question, ma'am. Like you are also into emotional well-being and emotional coach. So during this pandemic time, people are losing so much hope. Negativity is all around. So if you can give certain tips on how to overcome this negative emotional thing and to stay a little bit positive. Like I am feeling, I'm surrounded with people who are more inclined. I mean, knowing the thing, becoming aware is good, but empathetically, if I am also engulfed into that, then what will happen? I mean, so emotionally, how to balance this?
Emotionally, see, Nafisa, it's something like not only about this situation, every time it so happens that we are actually not learning good enough about the emotions and we are not learning how to label our emotions as well. So we tend to attach ourselves. Suppose I am in a family, my spouse, my children, my in-laws, or somebody saying something. I immediately get into that circle, vicious circle of being feeling either pitiful or sympathetic or something like that. So if you're going to be an emotional intelligent person, you will understand that this is no more needed. They are just emotions, they will pass on like a clouds. Having said that, but if we are in a family, you get the predominant thoughts and ideas about people having different emotions that particular time. You can always say to yourself, is this true? You can ask yourself, is this true? Maybe sometimes we overthink, tend to actually imagine a lot. So there's a fine distinction between anxiety and fear as well. Anxiety is something, what will this happen, that happen, this happen, and so many overthinking can happen. But fear comes when you are very specifically, what if COVID is, I get COVID positive. So that means that's a fear. So you need to address only those things. I know it becomes very tough. We are also have to accept. Sometimes we get the fear of it. Sometimes it becomes so high. Sometimes we don't have that. But kindly embrace whatever you're going through as it is, without putting an envelope or without putting any other glittery material on that. Just accept what you're going through is true. Now, please ask yourself as a coach, you can ask yourself as an inner coach to yourself, is it actually giving me some benefit by thinking so much? Is it actually giving me good feeling? Or is it raising a palpitation? If in case it's raising a palpitation, you yourself will become a doctor that it's not needed. See, our job is not to go around and tell everybody that don't panic, don't panic. People will panic because the brain also doesn't understand don't messages. So be open, whatever it has happened. Please take precautionary things. Whatever doctor has advised, please take that. for a mental positive thinking, I will definitely not say that keep on thinking positive, positive. I will say even a negative thing happens, embrace that. Then only you can do cause a right action. It's something like if you have a pipe leakage, you can't say that no, no, my pipe cannot leak. I cannot, it cannot leak. I cannot deny that. Accept the pipe is leaking. Now, whoever has to be called, you have to call them and treat it. That's one thing. So awareness is most important, and please accept and go along with it with remedials.
Beautiful
Yeah.
answer, ma'am. Lovely. I mean, the entire complexity you have simplified in very, very, very beautifully. You have simplified the thing. Like, awesome. I love your answer for emotional, that yes, we have to acknowledge that, and whether it is fear or anxiety, we have to coach it ourselves. Lovely, ma'am. Lovely input. I love your answer. Thank you so much for that.
Thank
So
you.
we are almost towards the end. Now my last question to you is any message that you'd like to give to my listeners, my viewers, my lovely audiences, and myself from your side?
Yeah, the first and foremost message is that I love you all. That
Thank
one message
you.
I
We love
really
you
want to
too.
give. The second thing is, as much as possible, please help each other,
Yes.
and always have a unfiltered way of listening to people.
Mm.
Listen to them, accept them, and we in can be a small way, it could be a bigger way, doesn't mind, but just help. Every day when you wake up, just think today at least one person I'm going to help. That will actually make not only your day wonderful, but also somebody's, you become a sunshine for somebody else. That
Correct.
is highly possible. So keep
Lovely.
spreading love and smile a lot. It doesn't cost much. Very few nerves. That's it. Maybe 7 to 8 nerves, something like that. Just
Yes.
that to frown, you have to take so much of muscles. You see, but just a smile, a word of concern. If you could spread it, it's fine.
Yes. Thank you
And
so
support our
much.
own human community and all of the communities, of course, because I find nature has never questioned anybody.
Yeah.
Let us also not question anybody. Just be a
To
shade
take
of
care
support.
of that also. Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here and giving your valuable time. One more time, I'm thanking you. I'm really, really very grateful, ma'am, for giving such beautiful answers and simple but yet so powerful answers you have given, which are definitely, I mean, we can use it and implement in our life, right? I mean, in whatsoever age, wherever we are, we can do these things, right? So lovely tools you have shared to be happy, to smile, and to stay positive, of course. So thank you one more time, ma'am. And thank you,
Thank
my
you.
lovely listeners, for giving your valuable time, listening to us or viewing us. Keep listening more. And I'm signing off today. So here's a goodbye for the time being. We'll meet soon. Thank you. Stay blessed, stay happy, and always keep smiling.